don't think I belong here. I don't think I fit in.
Oh, nonsense. Of course you do.
Oh, no, I mean it. I mean it. It's just somebody must have goofed if I gotta stay here another day.
Peace. Professor Griff, public enemy, the ex-minister.
Which means it's too strong.
All right, once again, let me see if everyone can hear me. Hold on for a second. Peace, Quan, what's good with you? Make sure I am up and people can hear me. Salute, Robbie Blue. What's good? Where you been, Robbie Blue? All right. Quan, can you give me the thumbs up if you can hear me? Mr. LP, how you feel, sir? Salute. All right, greetings, family. Today we're going to be talking about state-sponsored propaganda. All right, state-sponsored propaganda. All right. So, and while talking about that, first of all, I want to give a happy belated born day, to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I picked up the paper from the brothers on the corner, and they was like, Griff, got to get this one. Here you go. Yada, yada, yada. So a man and his mission, 90 years old. You're talking about being consistent, 90 years old. All right. Dexter, what's good with you, man? All right. So there's some things. So happy born day to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Thank you very much, good brother, for giving us and sharing aspects of your life with us. All right. However we handle the information given to us and that's coming through the minister is how you handle it. All right. So with that said, all right, shout out to everyone on IG. Thank you very much for joining me. Shout out to everyone on YouTube and Facebook. We're going to dive right into the subject matter. Just to let everyone know, I need y'all to, hey Quan, can you do me a favor? I'm going to put this link. Hold on one second. I'm going to put a link in the chat. Can you take it and repost it for the retreat? All right. That's where people need to go if they want to. This is not the only retreat. Men need to get with men. First of all, let me say this. Peace to Soleil and the rest of the fam. It's my little granddaughter's born day. And yeah, she's just kind of living it up, doing a little 3-year-old thing. But anyway, shout out to Sage Lotus. All right. And the rest of the fam. Let me clarify some things for some people. All right. This is not the only retreat. Brothers need to get with brothers. Sisters need to have sister circles. But you cannot disagree with me on this. Men need to get with men to talk about what men need to do to strengthen our bonds with the self, with the creator, with your brothers, with your mate, and with your friends, with your support unit. All right. I think that's very critical. All right. I went through a process of asking sisters, is it all right if If you can lend me your husband for a minute or your boyfriend or whatever, so that we could get together, because men sharpen men. All right. This is not some lovey-dovey kind of retreat we're talking about here, although it is, but we need to strengthen the bonds. Whatever that bond is, it's not up to me to determine. I'm not trying to look through a narrow lens at whatever you have going on. Your bond and your understanding with your mate, that's truly up to you. We want to strengthen the bond. We want to make sure individuals are whole, coming to the party. We have to be complete and we have to be whole. All right. So we want to be able to strengthen the bonds. Thank you very much, Quan. If you would like to participate in the upcoming retreat hosted by Soleil and Professor Griff, please visit www.goddesstempleoflove.com. All right. We need to, I'm going to be very, very brief on this. We need to take people out of their comfort zone. And if men need to get together to reset, we need to reset. If couples need to get together to reset, then we need to reset. But we want to focus on strengthening the bond. All right. Strengthening the bond. She said, party for your right to fight. Well, how can we even begin to fight if we don't even have a bond? I did a song years ago called Pass the Ammo. Peace, Monique. How are you? I did a song called Pass the Ammo. There's no one that's going to support. I mean, because listen, even in nature, you find the male lion. You find the male rhinoceros. You find the male elephant. You find the males protecting the women and the children. All right. If we are going to get through this thing and survive, sooner or later, we're going to have one another's back. All right. Okay. All right. So let's understand that particular dynamic and deal with it as such. All right, fam. So with that said, I think that's enough of that. Go to www. Great filibuster. What's good with you, man? I don't see you these days up on the block, on the digital block no more. What's up? All right. Go to www.goddesstempleoflove.com. All right. I think it's a beautiful day for all of us. We are here. We are breathing. We are living. And the Creator has blessed us with a chance to do it all over again. To press the reset button, to be clear, all right, in order for you to move forward. If you've been given that on this day while you're hearing my voice, then you know you have a chance to reset. Now, some of y'all ain't got no goddamn chance to reset. Some of y'all done burned so many damn bridges, you can't even find your way back to yourself. All right? Okay. We don't want to get off onto that, though. It's going to be beautiful. We reserve the space where that we can control, we can monitor, and we can let people be free. Yeah, we're going to see some animals. We're going to see some birds, and we're going to see some other stuff, but it's peaceful and it's cool. Anyway, let's dive into this subject, this idea of propaganda. Okay. So let's get a basic working definition of what propaganda actually is, and then I think we can work from that point of reference. All right. All right. So I'm going to turn this down just a little. Propaganda. Now we're going to go basic, and then we can get a little bit deeper. This idea. Hold on. We're going to go very basic, all right? Very basic. Propaganda, information especially of a biased, or misleading nature used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. Okay. Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature. Biased or misleading nature used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. All right? Okay. What does propaganda mean in simple terms? And then let's give an example of what propaganda. 2 examples of propaganda include Uncle Sam's Army recruitment posters from World War I, or the Rosie or yada 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 poster from World War II. Both examples uses symbols to represent strength and the sense of urgency, yada yada yada, whoopie whoopie whoop. So when we're talking about propagandizing a particular thing, to sum it all up, the government used propaganda, all right, in order to push a negative or a narrative that was not true, and then they played it off as though it was true, all right? So they used propaganda, and this was legal. So I need everyone to look up legalized propaganda, all right? And then it says, the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act of 2012. Are you seeing this? Can we, hold on, let me go back. Let me stop sharing the screen. Let me go back and reshare the screen so you can see. I'm not trying to get super deep. Trust me, I'm not. This is just, everyone look up legalized propaganda. Smith-Mundt Modernization Act of 2012. The MUNDT Modernization Act. Smith-MUNDT Modernization Act of 2012. An act that they said Barack Obama signed into law, allowing propaganda in the United States. Now, you know, there's other countries that do not allow for you to propagandize negative information and feed it to the public. So they monitor, all right, and control social media. To a degree, I can understand. To a large degree, it infringes on people's rights or so whatever you, however you understand. Let me just put it that way. The Smith-Mundt Act of 2012. I believe it was 112th Congress, but hold on for a second. Let me get to this point. Hold on. Hold on. Let me find something. Hold on. I'm trying to find. I am trying to find it. It's probably somewhere else. Hold on for a second. Nope, not there. Hold on. Where did I see this thing at, man? All right, here we go. So, if we're talking about legalizing propaganda, when someone propagandizes a particular belief ideology that's not true, and then they pawn it off as actual fact, this is where the whole idea and the concept of fake news comes into play, because it's designed to manipulate the feelings, emotions, and thinking of individuals. Therefore, you are being propagandized into a certain kind of thinking. All right? Okay. So now, propaganda. So it says, so what? Since the introduction of the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act of 2012 in an amendment to the National Defense Authorization Act, which is NDAA of 2013, there has been a surprising amount of attention to the fear of the American public being subjected to propaganda. The act would remove the restriction currently in place, meaning that if you remove this particular restriction that's in place to protect the American public from outside entities or inside entities, keep that in mind, underline that, all right, from affecting what is actually true or truth or facts, all right? If this is not monitored, people will go off believing things that are definitely not true. Look at what Ron DeSantis is doing in Florida, all right? What we're going to do right now, we're going to list a few things that we currently believe that started out as propaganda so we can all get on the same page. Is that cool? Because I kind of got a feeling I'm losing a few people. All right? Christ Cipher said, they made us afraid to trust. To trust what, though? To trust one another, to trust in the people that we supposed to have elected to represent us in government. All right? You can include BLM projects, which were riots. Yusuf Rumble, please explain that. Oh, you said you changed riot to protest. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that, because I was going to ask you about that, bro. Because I've never been to or heard about a BLM riot. I just haven't. All right. Thank you very much, Quan. The majority of countries have some form of propaganda, propaganda mill, but they mainly use it against their citizens as a form of control and manipulation. All right? Who's fact-checking the fact-checkers? All right? Exactly. There are groups out there that actually fact-check the fact-checkers. As a matter of fact, there is a thing now on the news here in Atlanta where they have a thing called fact-checkers. And they come off as being actual facts, and they're not. Because you know, on this platform right now, and across social media platforms, we can be in harmony with those that tell the truth about a particular thing, be it an uppercut, hook, jab, or overhand right, and you still get the channel and the platform shut down if you say certain things. You all know what I'm talking about. All right? Yusuf Rumble, you're absolutely incorrect. Please give me some information on the riots of BLM. I'm not buying into that, bro. Sorry, whoever you are. Fact checkers are government-ran agencies. Thank you, Kwan. All right? So then, but because there's this propaganda machine at work, you have those that they prop up, hire, pay, support to come on platforms like this, all right, to support the propaganda that's already out there, like BLM riots. All right? When we already have inside information, outside information, we already have the facts on who it was bringing the turmoil and the drama to the BLM protests. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a BLM dude or kind of dude. I already know what that's about. But I'm not going to have anyone come on and push the propaganda and tote the line and the same old white supremacist talking points. We're not going to do that. This is Serious Minds, RNTV, not that other channel. No. So we're going to be at least kind of factual as we can. And that's not a fact, what you're saying. So, yeah, no. Keep in mind, the question comes up in my mind, who controls the media? Then who wrote it in the book or the dictionary, or who said it on the news for it to become a fact. A fact, pardon me. That public school education just came out of me. Not fact. Fact. This ain't my damn language anyway, so it is what it is. All right, Mr. Larry Pitton, sir. Associated Press wrote an article fact-checking saying Obama did not sign the law allowing propaganda in the United States. And you're absolutely correct. There was information that was out that said Barack Obama did not. Obama did not sign a law allowing propaganda in the United States. That was the claim. Former President Barack Obama signed a law in 2012 allowing government propaganda in the United States and making it perfectly legal for the media to purposely lie to the American people. All right. The fact is, a post circulating on Facebook with a photo of Barack Obama falsely states that he repealed a ban on government propaganda in the United States when he signed the National Defense Authorization Act of 2013. The amendment did not repeal the Smith-Munn Act, but rather lifted some restrictions on the domestic dissemination of government-funded media. Same goddamn thing. You lifted some of the restrictions, allowing those individuals to lie to the American public and play it off as actual fact. It's not actual fact. Go look at the history books and where you get your information. Go look at the news. It is laced with things that are untrue and not factual. For example, there's a popular gun. It's called the AR-15. Nowhere in any form, nowhere in any place other than what the propagandized politicians want to push says that that is an assault weapon. Shout out to Coleon Noir. There's a gentleman that drove an SUV and plowed into a group of people in line at a homeless shelter, killing 8 people, right? Did they ban Range Rovers or SUVs? Come on, help me out. So we're talking about propaganda now, right? So then when you hear the black police chief in certain places and other things talking about assault weapons, like, what is that? So I am waiting for them to ban cars because someone used a truck to kill people. I'm waiting for them to ban trucks. See, it's been propagandized. And everyone uses the same talking points because they get their information from the same unreliable sources. So then when you kind of go into it and look at what the truth is about it, then you become the agitator. Then you become, going against the grain, and then they start to ban you and they start to redirect your URL on your stream. They start to do all this other stuff. My man said, I drive a minivan. So, well, you said our group economics is our answer that can't be banned. Yes, it can. They can lie about the amount of wealth that black people have in America and those individual countries and our people that are abroad, and how we need to kind of align ourselves with our people abroad. They could lie about that all day long. They could lie about and propagandize information about reparations, which they have. My man said, Mr. Carollo said, I drive a Jeep, Valley of the Jeep Beats. Okay. Good question. Carl Kilcrest 51. Semantics is the ammunition of the media. What's the difference between agenda and propaganda? Well, an agenda is an agenda. It's your plan. It's your plan that you kind of lay out. Your goals, your start, middle, and end game. Propaganda is information that you put out there, which is mainly based on lies that people make the truth. So help me out, Mr. Carl Kilcrest 51. Yeah. For example, well, I gave you one example, which is the AR-15. It's not an assault rifle. Nowhere does it says that about that particular firearm, except in the hearts and minds and the propagandized information from not Republicans. I wanted to say just Republicrats. Okay. We have a multi-trillion-dollar spending power. Don't let these people fool you. I wrote a research paper on this back in my college days. Thank you, Quan. Kola Koka says, in the words of our late, great Layla Africa, when our enemy asks us where our meetings are and what we talked about, we respond. Yeah. No. And the answer should be, yeah, we're having a meeting in the telephone booth while we're eating chicken and watermelon. We're talking about the white Jesus. That's all they need to know. You said agenda is a neutral process. Okay, you could either be part of the agenda or not. Quan says the difference between agenda and propaganda is manipulation. Thank you, Quan. No one's manipulating you when they lay out the agenda. You're being manipulated when it comes to the idea of propaganda. So let's understand this particular dynamic and how it's being played out. And it's being played out every single day. And like Quan said, they spend billions of dollars to keep you ignorant, blind, deaf, and dumb. All right? My hat was sitting right here the whole damn time. Yeah, Mr. Larry Pitton, I can honestly say that. I think they can put so much information out there about an individual since they control. Like, for example, let's get personal. If you go to Wikipedia right now and put my name in, lies from sentence number 2 on down. When I read that stuff about myself, I'm like, wow, for real? I said that? I did that? Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Keep in mind that these people, whoever you want to put in that bag, these people, you got the brown paper bag, and when I say these people, put in that bag whom you ever want to put in the bag. All right. Make you rich, prop you up, build you up, make you a big Negro in the eyes of your people, keep you on the hook, and they can destroy you at any given time in a twinkling of an eye. I say to you, you should always, matter of fact, let's start with creating a foundation and a center, and let's get centered. So then when you start hearing stuff on the news, you can read between the lines and what these people are saying. All right? This is what I've kind of encouraged everyone that I've ever met to do. Put a foundation in place so you know when you hear this stuff, it's like, no, nope, not going for it. At least you'll know. Code Life Entertainment, thank you very much. Find your tribe. We have to rep the Most High and tribe up. There was something that I've heard today, Quan, that I wanted to send you, that I wanted to talk about today, but I think if I was to talk about it, it would have triggered me to the point where you would have heard a bunch of curse words on this program today, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I was trying to find it early, and I'm glad for some strange reason, I don't know what's happening with my phone. I couldn't find it again. I think I sent it to someone. I don't know who I sent it to. But anyway, I think I sent it to myself. The brother was talking about he's not African. He doesn't have a trace of African blood in him. He was talking about he has nothing to do with those people in Africa. It was mind-numbing. And it was cringeworthy for me to sit and listen to this particular individual. I was like, wow. A simple DNA test. Because he said he was not connected to any tribe in Africa. He said, I don't care how many countries there are in Africa. He's not connected to none of them. I know it's a double negative, but he's not connected to any of them. I was like, wow. 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 I know. That's some Uncle Ruckus vibes. I know. That got Uncle Ruckus written all over it. I know. Yeah, I know. Anyway. So I hope we have an idea of what this idea of propaganda actually is and how it's actually used by the government, using those people that manipulate and control the media. There's a book I want to recommend. Let me see if I can put my hands on it so I can actually show you the book. But it's by I need to take some brain tonic. Hold on for a second. I cannot put my hands on it. I can't put my hands on it. Can I remember it? I think I can remember it. It is called Mind Control in America by Stephen Jacobson. Can y'all look that up for me real quick before we get off the air? Mind Control in America, or Mind Control in the USA by Stephen Jacobson. While y'all looking it up, I'm gonna look it up also. Mind Control in America by Stephen Jacobson. I had the honor and the pleasure of contacting Stephen Jacobson and having a brief conversation with him. I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see the book, since it's probably up in my library upstairs somewhere. I can't put my hand on it right now. I want to be very thorough and try to do this like every. Thank you, Quan. Really appreciate that. Thanks for getting my back. The most effective way to protect yourself from subconscious manipulation is by being aware of how it works, states the author Stephen Jacobson. And with extensive documentation, Mr. Jacobson takes us on a journey of the multifaceted dimension of mind control and shows us how to save our mind and soul from the mind manipulators. This is Stephen Jacobson's book, Mind Control in the United States. with the introduction by Anthony Sutton. If you do not know who Anthony Sutton is, study who Anthony Sutton is and what he's about and his books. All right? Family, listen. Let me just say this before I depart. None of this is new to me. All right? I've been around the block just a few more times probably than a lot of us that are on here right now, because the audience that normally comes on to listen to Professor Griff is just a little bit younger. So I've been here before, all right? Y'all already know on here, and Quan can tell you and back me up on this, there's no level of disrespect that we're going to tolerate on here. There's nothing wrong with being challenged in a respectful, positive way. All right, there's nothing wrong with discourse, dialogue. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't have one of them shows where I'm talking, and you get to say nothing. All right? If you put it up and I see it and I catch it, I put it on the screen or I mention it to the people so we can have dialogue. But what I ask you to do is do the research. That's how I start the show out. I said, get an understanding of what propaganda is before we even start the conversation. Because a lot of people come in green, dry, blanco, blank, or whatever. And I want to be able to, at least if you pull away from this conversation today, at least have an understanding of what we're talking about today. I don't come on here trying to sound like big me and little you. All right? Okay. My purpose is to educate the masses of the people. Whomsoever will, let them come. All right? But under no circumstances, and most of y'all know this already, are we going to tolerate disrespect? And you shouldn't. No one should. All right? If I could say something or give you some information that will help you in your growth, your spiritual growth, or your intellectual growth, or if I could just represent being your brother, that's a beautiful thing. All right? There's no big I and little you in this. All right? All right? If I could wear the t-shirt every day, I'd say I am because we are, therefore I am. All right? The divinity in me salutes and celebrates the divinity in each and every one of you because you're important to me. All right? If you weren't important to me, I wouldn't do this the way I do it. I would come on, wouldn't show my face, put some information out there, put it on YouTube, get YouTube or Instagram or whatever, get some likes and hits, and collect a small little check from YouTube. Keep it clean. Don't tell you what the real truth is. I can't do that, fam. I run the risk of getting banned, canceled, hated, which some of y'all do. It's cool though. All right? Let me say this, but know and understand. There are many people that came on here with threats, and Quan, you can back me up on this, that have came on here with threats and threatened to do this and yada, yada, yada. Y'all already know, man. Pull the fuck up, please. A few people have already got neutralized, and I don't mind. I'm good at what the fuck I do. So, yeah. So pull the fuck up. All right? That's the only advice I can give y'all. Because talking to you, reasoning with you is not going to do it, because you're not about reasoning. All right? You're not about stopping your level of disrespect to the point where you could at least calm yourself down to reason. But because of that, yeah, I'm going to be, when you do that, I'm going to shift into war mode. And guess what? After that point, there's no more talk. I mean, my thing is I expect to a certain degree. Coca, I expect a certain degree of that because I've always gotten that from day one, before Public Enemy. Salute, great filibuster. Thank you, good bro. Now, to my crew, y'all don't know who they are, so don't even pretend like y'all do. These brothers and sisters that have my back when I move about the cabin, all right, they already know what it's about. All right. So for me to give the greetings and salute the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and let y'all know that the man's birthday just passed and he turned 90, the man has been consistent. Consistent. I'm talking about 90 years of dealing with our people and the government. Come on, fam. Stop that. So you know if they'll lie on me on Wikipedia in my face. And then now they have AI at their disposal. Imagine the propaganda that's what's going to be coming across in a minute. Not only about me, because after they come and get me, they come for you. We need to understand that. Anyway, I love you all to life. Thank you very much for giving me your attention. I don't take that for granted. All right. This is why I call my show Serious Minds, because serious minds attract serious minds. Seriously. All right. Let me put up what you just said, Quan, and it takes a lot to deal with our own and fight against the government on our behalf. Yes. All right. Sabrina Harley, S.L. Smith. All right. Great Filibuster, Dragonfly Jones, Charles Wilson. Thank you all very much. Thank everybody on IG. Illinois Reese, what's good with you? All right. Rasha, Amen. Larry Penton, Dexter, Doc. Thank y'all, thanks everyone for participating in this conversation tonight. All right. Thank you very much, Quan. All right. Salute. This is Professor Griff. I'm out. Peace.
Which means it's too strong.
Public enemy, the ex-minister.